Hello people, today I'm gonna teach you how to edit your picture using curves. Probably the safest way to do this is by clicking this little icon here and then select curves. This will create an adjustment layer. First, this can be a bit overwhelming because you see all the buttons in this histogram here, but it's really simple once you understand how it works. So let me just bring this up to you. What you can see here is just information you have in your picture. It will say you have this much shadow and this much lights. It's telling you about the contrast and the colors. Everything there is in your picture is shown in this histogram here. This corner here represents the shadows and the blacks. And this upper corner here represents all the lights and the whites and everything that's bright in your picture. And you can see it's shown here in this little gradients you have on the edge of the histogram. So let's say I want all the darks and all the shadows in my picture to be slightly more darker. So what am I gonna do is I'm gonna place a point on this line you have here and I'm gonna bring it down. This will make all the shadows darker. If I bring this up, you'll see it does exactly the opposite. It will make everything more bright. But now you can see you have shadows even in the bright part, but I don't want them to change. I want them to remain as bright as they were. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna place another point in the upper corner, which you know is the light corner. I'm gonna bring it slightly upwards. So you'll see this will gonna make them all very bright. You really just have to play with it until you just find what works for you and what you like. So let's just play with it a bit more. I'm just gonna let them like this. Another thing you can do here in curves is changing the colors. So you can see you have three channels here, red, green and blue, and you have the RGB channel here, which is controlling the contrast, but let's just change this a bit. You have red. If I just bring this up, you'll see the overall picture just looks very reddish, and if I bring it down, it will look more cyan because you know cyan is the opposite of red. But now let's say I only want the skin to be a bit more red, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change only in the upper corner, slightly bit upwards, and now I don't want those changes to affect the dark, so I'm just gonna bring this on the line. The line you see in the background is showing you how the picture looked in the beginning. So if you put a little dot on right on that line, it won't make any change to the picture. But I want to make the darks a bit more greenish cyan, so I'm gonna bring this down a bit. And same you can do with green, but I don't really like greens in my pictures, so I'm gonna let that as it is. I'm just gonna change the blue a bit. I want the shadows to be a bit more bluish, so I'm gonna bring it upwards. You can see here, if I bring it up, it will be very blue, and if I bring it down, it will be just this yellowish color. So I'm gonna make them a bit more bluish, and I'm gonna make the skin warmer. So I'm gonna put a little dot on the upper corner and I'm gonna bring it down. just like this. After you finish, you can go back to RGB and you'll see all the changes you've made. You'll see the red channel and the blue channel. The green channel is not showing because I didn't make any changes to it, but if, let's say, I want to make the picture a bit more greenish, you will see I have it here, that little green line. So if I want to make this, let's just say, a bit more contrasted. I already have a lot of contrast now in the picture, but let's say I want this to be a bit more brighter. Well, I hope you enjoy this. It's very simple. You can then make other adjustments you want to the picture, and if you create the adjustment layer from here, you can always just return to it and adjust it again. So it's very non-destructive. Now let's see how the picture looked before the adjustments and after. So I'm just gonna close this layer. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I'll see you next time. Bye!